Hi there, welcome back to Lori Explores. We've made it back from the East Coast if you've been following along with the videos I've been posting, and we're back up in Algonquin Park. We've taken the water taxi into Lake Opeongo again so that we could bring out our dog Mozzie with us with the canoe and all our gear. And we've made it a little bit more luxurious this time. We've brought a cooler with us and some other food that we could keep cold, just kind of as an extravagance this time. Something I've never really done before in the backcountry. So we're just getting camp set up. We actually came in yesterday. I didn't really film too much yesterday. I'll put in just a little bit of last night's dinner here because it was pretty windy and rainy all day yesterday. And if you can probably hear in the microphone right now, it's still a bit windy at our campsite today. When we arrived at our campsite, it was windy and quite rainy. So we just quickly set up the bug shelter so that we'd have somewhere to get in out of the rain, and got the tent set up when there was a bit of a lull in the downpour. Made a simple supper with some ham steaks, pineapple, and some cheese with some sweet and sour sauce that I'd saved from visits to the local fast food restaurants. They turned out pretty good. Anyway, sorry, not much recording on day one. I'll get you caught up on what we've got set up here at the campsite. There's Mozzie behind me. Mozzie says I've got my yellow raincoat on. Hey, just to keep some of the dirt off you, but things are drying up nicely from yesterday. We've got the tent set up back there. This is the same campsite that we had previously in July on Bannock Island on Lake Opeongo. It's in the North Arm. We've got a clothesline up just to dry out, well, right now our life jackets and Mozzie's life jacket from coming in yesterday. They got pretty wet. And my husband's been out chopping wood, so he's already got a good little stack piled up there. Got the fire pit, and we've got our bug shelter all set up. That was great yesterday to have that to sit in under. I have found though that it does have one saturation point, and that's right in the middle of the roof. There's a tie-off point that they've put like a reinforcement patch there, and it seems to leak through that after a few hours of rain, but otherwise kept us nice and dry in there. And surprisingly, the mesh does block out a fair bit of the wind, so that's nice too. But the sun's come out, and otherwise a nice day. We've got something new here to try out this time around. We, just because it was so miserable when we came in last night, or yesterday, we didn't bother getting it set up. But we've got this Bear Watch wildlife deterrent system. Even though we're not too concerned, especially since we got this island site, but not knowing where we were going to end up on campsite, we brought it with us just to set it up and see how it works. So we'll see if we can get that put together. Well, we got the fence up, and just to give you an idea, this is the 25 foot parameter. I believe the standard's 20, but then you can pay for longer wires. So we got the 25 foot. So there's definitely enough room in there for probably like 2-3 man tents or so. So that's a good amount of room. The unit is sitting over on the ground over there that you turn it on and off with, and it's all set to go. It's obviously turned off right now, so the idea is you go inside the perimeter at night, turn the unit on, and that makes it live. So like I say, I'll give you a further review in the future, but you know, just a little bit of peace of mind when you're out in the backcountry if you're in bear territory. took a walk from our campsite over to the second campsite on Bannock Island. We were pretty certain there was no one over here, so we took a chance and walked over. And just for reference, the island directly in front of me here is Hershey Island. And compared to our campsite, it's actually fairly calm over here. The wind's coming in on our side. So this campsite is pretty nice. It's fairly open. Right at the moment it's sheltered. And just to give you an idea, they have a fire pit here. Somebody's made a couple rock tables there. That would be probably your best landing bet there. And then there is a really nice tent pad site up there, and we did see the privy in behind that. So it's a nice campsite too. And a nice view, of course. The benefits of bringing a cooler. We've got some fresh pineapple and some Haagen-Dazs. We're gonna have a little treat here now that it's warmed up a little bit outside. Got the platypus gravity fed 4-liter water purification system this time. We have been using the Catadine Be-Free, which is good, but it seems like the water here, you have to squeeze it pretty hard and clean it fairly frequently. I think it's because they say all the tannins in the water, which Algonquin Park is bad for, but it seems to be running through pretty well. We just have that yellow towel up there just to protect the reservoir bag from the tree bark, just so it doesn't get punctured. There you go, plain water. So like I said, this camping trip we're making it a little bit more luxurious by bringing a cooler with us. So we've kind of stashed it up here since this thing isn't not going in a tree. So we do have the padlock for it. And tonight we're actually having turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes. So we've got a little turkey pre-cooked in here. There, Lou's Kitchen, turkey and gravy. That will be tonight's supper. Somebody is terribly interested in what we're having for supper, aren't you? Okay. Well, we've got mashed potatoes in there ready to go. This is the stuffing in this one ready to go. Just add water. And over here we've got the turkey ready to go, so that's just going to be warmed up in there. And then those bags for the stuffing. And for the mashed potatoes are just add boiling water. So Just gotta boil some water and then we can have our turkey dinner. Right, Mozzie? She's like, I don't get any turkey dinner. I just got kibbles. Good girl. I almost forgot. Fresh tomato out of my parents' garden. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Dinner is served. Turkey, mashed potatoes, and stuffing with gravy. Yummy. Dessert. Astronaut food. If you've never had these before, they are pretty good. It's an actual ice cream sandwich with a chocolate cookie that they freeze dried. Comes out tasting just like the ice cream sandwich, only maybe a little bit sweeter. It's hard, very crunchy, but it softens up pretty quickly once it's in your mouth. There's our food up in the tree for the night. I don't think anything's getting that. So this campsite on Opeongo Lake on Bannock Island actually has 2 fire pits. So it's got a fire pit here and then a fire pit over where the campsite symbol is. So that's where our tent is and actually where the better tent pads are. But if you want, you can have a fire over here and you can have a fire at the other end too. So you can have a living room and bedroom fire if you like. What a beautiful morning. Good morning. It is another cool morning, but actually this looks like it's going to be the nicest day that we've had so far. The winds died completely off. It's really nice and calm. And it was cool last night, but we kept nice and warm in the tent. And this morning for breakfast, I'll just show you what we're going to have. We're going to have the dehydrated eggs again, only this time I think I'm going to put some fresh peppers in with it, and we've got some ketchup and some toast and cheese, and so that will be breakfast for this morning. So we've got the Happy Yak dried whole egg powder, so it's just dehydrated eggs, so you can use this to mix in with any recipes that call for eggs that you take out camping. I've used it before, it works really well. Or you can just scramble it up like scrambled eggs. Some of these little mini peppers, they keep really well to take out camping, because you're going to use like a whole one at a time, so you don't have to have like half a cut up pepper here if you don't want to use all of it, because they're pretty small. almost done. Some salt and pepper. We've got some cheese slices, so we're going to melt that on top. And kind of, you know, a messy omelet. That's my code word for anything that, you know, doesn't turn out just right. We'll just call it messy instead. So it sounds like you meant to do it on purpose. Why not? Oh yeah. There, we'll let that melt up and we'll call that breakfast. Also got some bagels and some jam. This will be a nice breakfast for a beautiful morning. Here's the final product. Some ketchup on there with the melted cheese. Time to dig in. This is the, what I'm going to call the backside, or kind of the north end of Bannock Island. Actually has a very big lagoon here at the back. So this is what we have been taking Mozzie out in the canoe just to practice with her. Typically it's fairly sheltered, but the wind seems to be blowing in here today, so. And then you can see on the far end of Lake Opeongo, there's a lot of sand dunes all along that bank over there. But here on Bannock Island, it's pretty rocky, so a lot of varying terrain on Opeongo. You're gonna think that all we do out here is eat. We've decided to cook up some grilled cheese for lunch. Grilled cheese is just a wonderfully easy thing to have out in the bush, or really anywhere. If you're just going to take a little stove with you, you can cook up some grilled cheese. It makes a really nice, quick little snack. Grilled cheese sandwich. Let's check this out. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We have some ketchup to go with that. Oh, and I just wanted to quickly show this. I'm always looking for things that are like camping size, you know? So I found these little containers. They're made by OXO, and you can put whatever you want in them. The top comes right off, and then because there's silicone, you can actually like turn them inside out at home to clean them. So we've got one with ketchup and one with honey. So if you're looking for little camp size containers, that's something that's made by OXO, O-X-O. Tonight's supper, quick and easy, Mountain House lasagna with meat sauce. Mozzie's enjoying the sun. She's got her new little friend there, Mr. Fox. And water is boiling for supper. Wow, it's a foggy morning. Sleepy dog. She's had her kibbles, she's all happy. Boiling some water. Last morning's breakfast is just something very quick and simple. Just peaches and cream oatmeal, instant oatmeal. We're gonna toast up some bagels and have bagels and jam and peanut butter too. Mozzie, it's almost time to go home? Oh yeah, good girl. This is our first test with our new cooler. We've put 2 bags of ice in it and 2 freezer packs when we left home. That was approximately 4 days ago. And so we're just going to see how much ice is left. Temperatures at night have been roughly 7 to 10 degrees Celsius. During the day, approximately 17 to 21 degrees Celsius. So not super hot, but let's have a look and see how much ice is left. Actually, that's pretty decent. All we've got left is some pop and some baby bells and empty containers there, but that's not too bad. Thanks for joining us once again on an episode of Lori Explores. Sorry this one wasn't too exciting. This was more of a rest and relaxation trip for us. So some good food and just some time to just sit and relax and enjoy the outdoors. But until next time, keep exploring.